All right, my friends, looks like Travis CI has successfully ran all of my tests and made changes to my production Kubernetes instance. I'm now going to flip over to my Kubernetes dashboard. Now, as a quick reminder, I've waited a couple of minutes here, or at least long enough where I feel like, yeah, everything has probably been updated successfully. We can very easily check to make sure that everything was done correctly by running a couple of commands inside of our Cloud Console. So the first thing we can do is try to get our certificate object that we had created. And when I say get, I mean run the kubectl get command. So inside my Cloud Console, I'll do a kubectl get certificates. And this will print out all the different objects of type certificate that exist inside of our cluster. So I see right there, there is the certificate object they had created. It was created 2 minutes ago. Now, to really make sure that this thing works successfully, I can then do a kubectl describe certificates. And this will print out some information about this certificate object. In particular, it's going to have a little bit of log information that describes this back and forth project with, back and forth process with Let's Encrypt. All right, so I'll do kubectl describe certificates, and I'll see a bunch of information print out here. Now, I want you to know you might see something in here around like message, and it might say like validation failed. You also might see status false and type validate failed. So if you see these like validation failed messages, don't panic just yet. You can essentially ignore these last couple of keys inside of here. What's really important is the list of events that gets printed up at the very bottom. So notice how for my events, I see issues or see messages of created new Acme order attempting validation. I then see that the domain of www.k8smulti was verified successfully, and I see the same thing for k8smulti.com as well. I then had the certificate issued, we obtained the certificate, and then issued successfully. So the next thing I can do to make sure that this all worked correctly is check out the secret that we had said that the certificate should be stored inside of. Inside my certificate.yml file, remember we provided a secret name of k8smulti.com, or at least that's what it was for me. So I should now be able to look at a list of all of my different secrets and verify that there is a secret with this name. I won't necessarily be able to look at the contents of the secret, maybe might not want to, but I can at least verify that yes, the secret was created and probably contains the TLS certificate. So to do so, back inside of my Cloud Shell over here, I'll do a clear, and then kubectl get secrets, and right here I see k8smulti.com. All right. I see data 2, which probably represents the public and private keys that make up the certificate. So that's pretty much it. It looks like we have successfully set up the process of reaching out to, there it is, Let's Encrypt, and we've successfully gotten this response back from them that told us to set up a route. They pinged our cluster. That request was automatically responded to through the Cert Manager tool, and in response, we got a certificate that's going to be good for some amount of time. So now, in theory, when that certificate is about to expire, Cert Manager should wake back up and attempt to go through this process all over again. All right, so now the very last thing we have to do is make sure that our Nginx ingress is aware that we have a TLS certificate and start using it for serving up traffic. So let's take a quick pause and we'll get around to that in the next section.